Welcome to Homes of Fame, where we take you on a journey to explore the childhood homes of your favorite celebrities. From Hollywood legends to modern-day stars, we're going to take you back in time to see where some of the most famous people in the world grew up. First, we begin with not only the greatest rapper of all time but the greatest artist of all time, Eminem. Eminem, Marshall Mathers, was born on October 17, 1972, in St. Joseph, Missouri, to Deborah R. Nelson and Marshall Bruce Mathers Jr. His parents were both teenagers at the time of his birth. When Eminem was just 18 months old, his father abandoned the family and left them to live in poverty. In 1978, Eminem's mother moved to Detroit, Michigan, with her two sons, including Eminem's half-brother Nathan Kane Mathers. The family struggled financially, and Eminem often went hungry and wore hand-me-down clothes. Eminem's parents had a tumultuous relationship, with frequent arguments and abuse. In 1982, his mother married Eric Harder, who was abusive and physically assaulted Eminem on several occasions. Eminem would often get into fights at school and became increasingly withdrawn. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania, to Scott and Andrea Swift. She was the second child in the family, with an older brother, Austin. Swift grew up on a Christmas tree farm in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Her father was a financial advisor, and her mother was a homemaker. She was exposed to music from a young age, with her grandmother playing the piano and her father singing in a local church choir. Swift's early influences were country music stars like Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, as well as pop artists like Shania Twain and the Dixie Chicks. She also drew inspiration from her parents' love of music and her own experiences growing up in a small town. Swift began writing songs at the age of 11. She grew up rich. Ye was born on June 8, 1977, in Atlanta, Georgia, to Dr. Dre and Jeannie West. He was the youngest of three siblings, with two older half-sisters. Ye's parents divorced when he was 3 years old, and his mother moved the family to Chicago, Illinois. He grew up in a low-income neighborhood on the city's south side, where he was exposed to gang violence and poverty. Gigi Hadid, born Yelena Noura Hadid on April 23, 1995, and Bella Hadid, born Isabella Care Hadid on October 9, 1996, are Palestinian-American sisters who grew up in Los Angeles, California. The sisters were born to Mohammed Hadid, a Palestinian real estate developer, and Yolanda van den Herk Hadid, a Dutch model. They have two younger brothers, Anwar and Malik. Their parents divorced when they were young, and their mother later married music producer David Foster. Gigi started modeling at the age of 2, appearing in commercials and print ads for brands like Guess and Baby Guess. Bella also began modeling at a young age, appearing in campaigns for brands like Ralph Lauren and Gap. They grew up rich. Miley Cyrus was born on November 23, 1992, in Franklin, Tennessee, to Billy Ray Cyrus and Letitia Tish Cyrus. She has a younger sister, Noah Cyrus. Miley's parents were both involved in the music industry. Her father, Billy Ray Cyrus, is a country singer and songwriter, and her mother is a former beauty pageant contestant and nurse. Miley began modeling at the age of 8, appearing in commercials and print ads for brands like Walmart and Ralph Lauren. Miley's love for music started at a young age. She sang in her father's band and appeared on his TV show, Doc, as a guest star. Demi Lovato was born on August 20, 1992, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to Diana de la Garza and Patrick Lovato. She has a younger sister, Dallas Lovato. Demi's parents were both musicians. Her mother, Diana, is a former beauty pageant contestant and a singer, and her father, Patrick, was a musician who played in the band Bobby and the Boys. However, Patrick struggled with addiction and was in and out of rehab during Demi's childhood. The family moved around frequently due to her father's struggles with addiction. Demi began modeling at the age of 5, appearing in commercials and print ads for brands like Disney and Old Navy. Selena Gomez was born on July 22, 1992, in Grand Prairie, Texas, to Ricardo Joel Gomez and Mandy Tife. She has a younger half-sister, Gracie Elliott Tife. Selena's parents were both involved in the entertainment industry. Her mother, Mandy, is a former stage actress and her father, Ricardo, was a former musician. Selena began her acting career at the age of 7, playing the role of Gianna on the children's television show Barney and Friends. She remained on the show for 4 years, which helped her gain exposure and develop her acting skills. Rihanna was born on February 20, 1988, in St. Michael, Barbados, to Monica Braithwaite and Ronald Fenty. She has two younger brothers, Rajat and Jamie Fenty. Rihanna's parents were both of African American descent, with her father having a mix of Irish and Barbadian ancestry. Her parents were both part of the middle class, with her mother being a bank cashier and her father being a warehouse supervisor. Rihanna grew up in a small apartment in the parish of St. Michael. She attended Combermere School, where she formed a girl group called Cover Girls and began singing in school concerts. She had a dodgy relationship with Jay-Z Weird Guy. Muhammad Ali was born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky, to Cassius Clay Sr. and Odessa Grady Clay. He was the eldest of two sons. Muhammad Ali's family was a middle-class African-American family. His father, Cassius Clay Sr., was a sign painter and a janitor, and his mother, Odessa Grady Clay, was a homemaker. Ali's great-great-grandfather, Cassius Marcellus Clay, was a prominent abolitionist and politician who fought for the emancipation of slaves. Ali grew up in a segregated neighborhood in Louisville. He was a shy and introverted child, but he found solace in boxing at the age of 12. Kurt Cobain was born on February 20, 1967, in Aberdeen, Washington, to Wendy Elizabeth Friedenberg and Donald Lyle Cobain. He was the eldest of three children with two younger siblings, Kim and Chris. Kurt's family was middle class and moved frequently during his childhood. His father, Donald, was an auto mechanic, and his mother, Wendy, was a homemaker. Kurt's parents divorced when he was 10 years old, and his mother later remarried. Kurt grew up in a small town in Washington state, where he developed a love for music and art. He began playing guitar at the age of 13 and started writing his own music soon after. Britney Jean Spears was born on December 2, 1981, in Macomb, Mississippi, to Jamie and Lynn Spears. She was the second child of three with an older sister, Brianne, and a younger brother, Brian. Britney's family was deeply religious and moved frequently during her childhood. Her father, Jamie, was a construction worker, and her mother, Lynn, was a stay-at-home mom. Britney's parents were also very involved in her early life and encouraged her love for music and dance. Britney grew up in a small town in Mississippi, where she began singing and dancing at a young age. She was part of the local church choir and performed in talent shows and competitions. Ariana Grande was born on June 26, 1993, in Boca Raton, Florida, to Joan Grande and Edward Butera. She was raised in a Catholic household and has an older half-brother, Frankie Grande. Ariana's family moved to Los Angeles when she was 8 years old, where she began taking singing and acting lessons. Her parents encouraged her to pursue her passion for music and performance. Ariana grew up performing in local productions of musical theater, including Annie and the Wizard of Oz. She attended North Broward Preparatory School and was part of the school's choir. Angelina Jolie was born on June 4, 1975, in Los Angeles, California, to John Voight and Mark Helen Bertrand. Her parents were both actors, and she has a younger brother, James Haven. Angelina's parents divorced when she was just a year old, and her father remarried. She grew up in a family with a strong emphasis on the arts and acting. She defo allegedly sold her soul. Beyoncé was born on September 4, 1981, in Houston, Texas, to Matthew and Tina Knowles. She has a younger sister, Solange Knowles. Beyoncé's parents were both involved in the music industry. Her mother, Tina, was a stylist and hairdresser, and her father, Matthew, was a music manager and record producer. Beyoncé's maternal grandmother, Hattie White, was a gospel singer who introduced her to music at a young age. Kendrick Lamar was born on June 17, 1987, in Compton, California, to a Black Panther family. His father, Kenny Duckworth, was a part of the Black Panther Party, and his mother, Paula Oliver, was a member of the African American Student Association. Kendrick grew up in a neighborhood plagued by gang violence and poverty. He was raised by his mother, who struggled to make ends meet, and his grandparents, who instilled in him a sense of social responsibility. He attended Centennial High School in Compton and began rapping at the age of 12. Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, to Joseph Walter Jackson and Catherine Esther Jackson. He was the eighth of 10 children in the Jackson family. Michael's childhood was marked by a strong musical influence from his father, who was a steelworker and a musician. Joseph Jackson formed a family music group called the Jackson Brothers, which included Michael's brothers Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon. The group performed locally and eventually changed its name to the Jackson 5. Michael began performing with his brothers at the age of 5. He sang lead vocals on many of the group's songs and became known for his energetic performances and signature dance moves. Thanks for joining us on this journey to explore the homes where some of the world's biggest stars grew up. From Michael Jackson's childhood home in Gary, Indiana, to Muhammad Ali's humble abode in Kentucky, we've seen some incredible properties that have played a big part in shaping the lives of these famous faces. From the iconic to the humble, each of these homes has a unique story to tell. And we hope that by sharing these stories with you, we've inspired you to learn more about your own favorite celebrities and their backgrounds. If you want to see more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. We'll be back soon with another exciting video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.